Meet Priya. She's standing at the front of a classroom, chalk in hand, writing out the standard formula for an arithmetic sequence. A sub n equals A plus n minus 1 times d. But looking out at the desks, she sees a room full of glazed-over eyes. One student finally raises a hand, pointing out that calculating formulas has zero relevance to his daily life. He certainly doesn't need arithmetic sequences when buying vegetables at the local market. Priya recognizes this immediately. It's the core flaw of modern K-12 schooling, a strictly theory-based education. Students become highly efficient at mechanical calculation, but they lack the ability to apply that textbook knowledge anywhere outside the classroom walls. When you strip away the cultural and practical context from a curriculum, you remove the why. Without seeing how numbers interact with their actual surroundings, students lose any real motivation to solve the problems in front of them. Priya heads back to her workspace and opens her laptop. She sets out to build a technological solution to fix this massive engagement crisis. Her strategy hinges on a concept called situated cognition. This is the educational theory that a brain's absorption rate spikes when a piece of new information is presented within a familiar environment. She decides to program an AI knowledge base, designing it specifically to inject the reality of the local Indian economy right back into those cold textbook numbers. To teach abstract mathematical concepts effectively, you have to anchor the lesson firmly in the physical reality the student walks through every single day. Priya builds her AI tool using a strict 4-step framework. Step 1 is establishing the persona. By instructing the AI to act as a scenario transformation expert, she shifts its function from a simple calculator to a localized screenwriter. Step 2 sets the task. The explicit mission here is to eradicate decontextualized, generic Western textbook templates, like a hypothetical person buying exactly 50 watermelons. Step 3 forces the AI into a highly specific context. It must draw on the diverse realities of modern India. The scenarios shouldn't just be about street markets. They need to include modernized agriculture, urban development, or a thriving modern tech park in Bangalore. She also builds in a crucial fail-safe moat within this context step. The AI must strictly adhere to physical reality and economic common sense. This prevents the system from generating illogical, joke-like scenarios that break immersion. Finally, Step 4 dictates the format. The output has to be a 100 to 150-word immersive story structure that includes solving hints for the teacher to use, rather than just spitting out the final answer. This restricted framework provides the guardrails needed to significantly reduce AI hallucinations and keep the teaching materials pedagogically sound. Back in the classroom, Priya tests the tool. She inputs the dry arithmetic sequence formula into her newly forged localized real-world scenario problem generator. The AI generates an immersive problem. Raj is optimizing drip irrigation for mango saplings in Rajasthan. He plants 15 trees in the first row. Each subsequent row expands by 4 trees. With 20 rows total, how many saplings are needed? The dynamic shifts instantly. Lifeless students sit up, grab their pens, and furiously start scribbling calculations to solve Raja's irrigation dilemma. By replacing abstract variables with localized stakes, the subject knowledge becomes urgent, tangible, and useful. Several months pass. It's Indian Teachers' Day at the end of the semester. Priya walks into her classroom looking exhausted, but she stops when she realizes the room is completely empty. Walking up to her podium, she finds a thick report resting on the desk, tied tightly with a beautiful ribbon. The cover reads, "Formative Assessment for Teacher Priya." She opens it and is in complete shock. Her students reverse-engineered the complex AI grading rubric she taught them and used that exact structure to assess her own performance. They outlined the observable behaviors precisely. They grade her as exemplary on dimensions of love and patience, citing her tireless dedication to contextualizing their education into stories they actually care about. When students engage deeply with the teaching method, they begin to internalize the analytical frameworks as naturally as the data itself. Turning to the second page, Priya finds a localized challenge designed specifically for her. The students noticed she always looks tired after commuting, so they applied arithmetic sequences to Mumbai traffic flow models. They present a mathematical conclusion, an optimized daily commute route, avoiding the crowded markets, that will allow their teacher to sleep in for an extra 20 minutes every single morning. Suddenly, the locker doors swing open. The entire class bursts from their hiding spots to wish her a happy Teacher's Day, holding glowing Diwali clay oil lamps to surprise her. Looking at her class, Priya realizes the ultimate truth about her methods. AI automates the difficult translation process, but the real impact comes from the human connection with the children in front of her. Transforming math into localized stories teaches students why learning matters. It moves us past rote memorization toward a purpose-driven education. If you believe in the power of connecting classroom theory to the real world, like and subscribe, and share this with an inspiring teacher.